ਕੱਟ ਦੋ
ਸੂਰਜ ਖਜ ਪੈਣਾ
ਸੂਰਜ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਪਰ
ਚਲੋ
ਉਹ ਟੋਟੀ Summary of the story I told you. Christ was crucified, chaos started, and the people from Middle East, from Mesopotamia, and from Africa ran away from their country into Anatolia, to Ephesus, to Mount Ararat district, and to Cappadocia. The ones in Cappadocia found underground storage and carved them deeper and wider as a city, and they start hiding in those during the Roman raids in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th century. Everything had changed with a dream of a woman. In 324, the tradition says that the mother of Constantine the Great, Eleni, had a dream of Jesus Christ. Regarding to the tradition, in her dream she had seen Jesus Christ, and Christ told her the cross he was crucified is still in Jerusalem. She should go there and find it. She woke up in the morning as a very faithful Christian and started pushing everyone to convert to Christianity. And she took a trip down to Middle East, and finally she found the cross that Christ was crucified in Jerusalem in 324. And the cross was cut into 3 pieces. One piece was left over in the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem. Another piece was sent to Rome. It's supposed to be at St. Peter's Church in Vatican. And the last piece was taken to the city of Constantinople, where the Emperor Constantine the Great had no idea what to do with that piece of wood. He put it into a pagan temple and built up an obelisk at the top of it. And when he decided to be a Christian in 325, he went to the city of Nicaea and met the bishops over there and asked them a question: who is Jesus Christ? An entrance. It's the entrance of the Snake Church. Alright, I don't think that the Christians will name their church as Snake, but we have 1600 cave churches in Cappadocia, and the local people have no idea about the names of them. If they see a big dragon at the entrance, look like a snake, which is killed by St. George of the Dragon, they will name it the Snake Church. If they see a sheep, they will say the church with a sheep. If they see a church painted in white, they will say white church, red church, because naming 1600 is not easy. At the entrance on the left-hand side of the church, there is a kind of St. George of the Dragon and St. George of Nicaea riding their horses, and they kill the dragon, but the dragon looks like a python snake. That's why it's called the Snake Church. From that church all the way up to where people are standing, it's the continuance of the campus. Look, this is what we gave a visit. The place we are heading now is the Miracle of the Nature. Normally the hard rock layers are supposed to be down, and the soft layers are supposed to be at the top of them. In here, we had a soft layer which had been pushed by the small volcanoes at the bottom of the lake to the top. And at an eruption of a big volcano, it sprayed 10-15 feet thick of a hard rock at the top of it. It seems like cake with a hot chocolate layer. When you come in here and look that way, all the hard layer. which is a harder rock at the top and darker. Please come to this angle. It's all over there. In millions of years of time, soft parts had been washed away and the hard rock remained at the top. And around of it became like a neck with a cone body. When the neck can't balance the weight of the rock anymore, like this, it falls apart. People noticed one thing: the down layer is soft and they hollowed it out for living inside. And these are not the windows, these are the doors to step in. When they need the fire, they carved out the chimneys at the top of them, and this plain had all of them around. The merchants on the Silk Road who had seen them from a distance blamed them, devil chimneys. Because in pagan belief, underground is the hell and smoke should come out from somewhere. These were called devil chimneys for thousands of years. In 1970s, the tourism changed their name, fairy chimneys.
So Fairy Valley ਚ travel ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੌਕ ਵੈਲੀ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਇਹਨੂੰ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੌਕਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬਣਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ, ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੱਸਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉੱਤੇ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਜੰਗਲ 'ਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਸ਼ੂ ਪੰਛੀ ਨਾ ਖਾ ਸਕਣ। ਆ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਜੰਗਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਫਲੈਟ ਸਰਫੇਸ ਹੈ। ਇੱਥੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਮੂਵ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੁਕਾਨਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ। ਸੋ ਦੈਟਸ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਫੈਰੀ ਵੈਲੀ ਜਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਮੌਕ ਵੈਲੀ। ਸੋ ਦੈਟਸ ਵੇਅਰ ਵੀ ਆਰ traveling right now.
So when we are talking about the underground cities, we need to talk about the underground storage first. While Assyrians were ruling in here around 2500 BC, they carved the underground storage to ferment their wine and store their wine. Then the Hittites around 1800 BC, they carved the underground places to brew their beer and to keep their beer. For Hittites, beer means liquid bread. Hittites' biggest enemy was Egypt. And if you have 25,000 soldiers to walk down 6 months, how you are going to feed them? This is the question. Liquid bread, beer, which will be so practical to carry and so feedy. I mean, 2 liters of beer every day for a soldier will be enough. We can see where we came from, like the first floor, second floor, third floor. This is the best way to see the floorings. So underground cities are really interesting parts of the country. They are blowing the mind of people. Like, they are not easy to carve, they are not easy to maintain, but they saved the life of hundreds of thousands of people in the history of Christianity. And we are calling them the Christians, but they are not all Christians. Main thing about them is slaves. I mean, if you can tell the Romans, okay, I'm not Christian, but they're not talking about Christianity, they are talking about you as a slave. Let's go back to our miserable lives on the ground.
Look at the black slave.
Yeah.
That's where this big door,
Yeah.
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲਾਰਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਪੱਥਰ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਇਹ ਬਲੌਕ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਖੋਲ ਸਕਣ। ਇੱਧਰੋਂ ਟਾਈ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਾ ਸੀ ਇੱਧਰਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ, ਉੱਧਰੋਂ ਟਾਈ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਾ ਸੀ ਉੱਧਰਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ। So guess we are in Pigeon Valley. That's very obvious.
So the canyon starting on the right hand side, which is a fault line, goes all the way down to Göreme town, and we were at the high hill over there and telling you that's the Pigeon Valley. We have plenty of caves carved on the slopes of the hill, and the entrance of the caves are covered up with the bricks, and they left tiny holes for the pigeons to step in for their safety. If they leave it open, the predators will step in and kill the pigeons every day. People living in that town right now, the Turks, are not eating or killing the pigeons, and they are getting into the nests once in a year to collect the droppings, to use it for their fields or to sell it to the greenhouse owners to make money. I was always wondering like how much pigeon dropping we can take to spray around. 1 kilo of a pigeon dropping will be dissolved in 40 tons of water. That's enough. And it's the second best fertilizer right after the bat's guana.
Okay.
That's why it's called Pigeon Valley, and the pigeons are not like the flying rats in New York. I mean, they are like pets in here. They're not running away from people because they are not in danger. So the castle that we looked from the other side, which looks like a kind of teapot, now look like nothing but the right hand side of it is filled up with the luxurious hotels of Cappadocia. Now you can see the color combinations much better. Yellow is sulfur, white is calcium, green is copper, and red is iron, and these are the minerals inside of the rock. Even Cappadocia looks like a desert. It's one of the most fertile part of the country for farming because we have so much minerals in the dirt, which is coming from the rock. And opposite to the rest of the world, erosion is our main thing to have the soil.